It's home sweet home for the first time in 30 days for the Orlando Pride as they play host to Angel City. Just the second meeting this season between these two sides. Welcome one and all to the broadcast. My name is Mark Schoenster. Alongside me, Carmen Boquin. Should be a fun one here today, Carmen. Really excited for it.
It definitely should be that way, considering also what happened in that game week 2. We'll see if Orlando gets to make another win against Angel City. And of course, there's no more time left. Everybody got to get points, so we'll see how they do it.
The playoff race has been heating up. Here's the starting lineup for the Orlando Pride. Anything stick out to you?
No. Basically want to see if they can keep cohesive as they have been throughout the whole season. It's the last, games, and of course trying to be more secure at home, trying to get another opportunity with this 7th game at home and see if they can, of course, get another win.
As we pivot around and look at the Angel City starting lineup and feast your eyes on this. One name that's missing is Sydney Leroux. We thought maybe we'd see her come back to her former team and play, but unfortunately an illness keeping her out.
That was going to be the name of the game for sure, but not today. It's going to be in the next game for Angel City. Anywho, another great game. Thing and momentum have been gained, and of course trying to get another win away from home. It's going to be really important for Angel City today.
Traveling across the country to Orlando, Florida. Long ways away from Los Angeles. And it'll be Orlando going right to left, Angel City left to right. Thank you for joining us here on Twitch TV. It's a jam-packed NWSL game, the final of 4 matches that are taking place here on this fine Sunday. And like Carmen mentioned just moments ago, it's August. It's not early season anymore. October is just around the corner. All these games so crucial to whether you're above the playoff line or under it once the regular season concludes.
And crucial is the word. There's no more tomorrow. 3 points now, or then you're going to regret it really bad.
And we're underway here between the Pride and Angel City. 90 minutes here at Exploria Stadium. See if either of these sides can claim 3 points. We saw our head official, Matthew Thompson, just moments ago. Last time Orlando was here was back on July 8th, so it's been a hot minute since they've been able to play at home, but they did get their first home win of the season in that one against Houston. As we see Angel City here starting things off. At the pressure being applied by the Orlando Pride. Last time we saw Orlando, it was a 2-2 draw against Kansas City. And talking to Seb Hines, the manager right now for the Orlando Pride, he said, we're focusing on being patient without the ball. As they prod this ball forward, only for it to be cleared away by Tyler Lucy. He said, we want to keep the game under control and not get too antsy. It's an interesting point because with how crazy aggressive the NWSL is, he was talking about how we don't need to force anything when we're on the defensive side. Let them fall into the positions where we want to attack and try to take the ball back.
But keeping the ball sometimes is the best defense you can have.
Yeah.
Trying to have it with yourself, playing, that's the best way to defend one way or the other. So it's also the combination of both, even though that defensively they have done it not so good, considering they've received a lot of goals.
Work in progress, that's for certain. As that ball from Darian Jenkins is just behind her teammate, will go out. He's looking to find Feely on the wing. Scored her first NWSL goal last time out against Kansas City. Savannah McCaskill. Maybe looking for her to carry the goal-scoring burden once again today. It's 4 goals this season for Angel City, which leads the side. Look at June Endo, getting a couple touches on the ball. Doherty Howard winning the ball back for Orlando. Here comes Jenkins, weaving through, cutting through defenders, still has it to the top of the 18. A loose touch, closes the window. Now veering around, here's a shot sprayed wide. The look from Carrie Abello. First look of the day for either side.
And that deserves a clap. And that deserves so bad that didn't end it in a goal, because it was just a perfect play completely from one side to the other. And then the way she puts the ball down from her chest, control, and then the shot with the left leg, it's just precious. That should have been a goal.
A lot of great build up there. Kind of looks like one of those drills when you're growing up playing and you have to have a certain amount of players touch the ball before you can take a shot on goal. That was 4 or 5 different players who had their way with it.
And the recovery of the ball also with a lot of pressure, and then not allowing Angel City to keep trying with that ball defensively. If that's going to be the rhythm of the game in only 4 minutes.
Look out.
Yep.
On the Angel City side of things, the last time they played, bit of a crushing loss, 3-2 to OL Reign. They were up 2 goals going into halftime, even into good stretch of the second half, but then the OL Reign gets kicked into another gear, ended up winning that game 3-2 on the road.
And there was even a goal saved. So those points, when you lose them like that, being on top of the score with a 2-goal difference, those are the ones that you regret a lot at the end of the season.
Just got a quick glance there at Freya Kuhn, head coach for Angel City. She mentioned in training this week that we needed to put right some mistakes we made in that game. So we weren't compact enough, and we need to press as a unit. Here's Endo. Plays it back. Taylor with a good step, tries the shot. Wouldn't get very far. First foray into the attacking third for Angel City. Keeping possession under pressure was another point of emphasis for Freya Kuhn. She said we didn't do well with that, particularly in the second half. So composure, something they'll be looking to maintain throughout 90 minutes. This one won back by Orlando. Here they come again. Doherty Howard plays it out to her left. It's Kylie Strom with it now. Now Abello. Plays that ball in the middle, but no teammate around for it, just Didi Hadicic.
I think Strom was really good with the idea, but then pacing a little bit and trying to get more of her team players, to move forward, give a little bit of opportunity to Angel City to defensively put a little bit more pressure.
Now here come Angel City going down the other side. Sinking ball looking for McCaskill. Instead only finds Villacorta. Up and down the pitch we go. Not a lot of time being spent in the middle of the field.
Give me a box-to-box game, please.
Yes,
please.
Absolutely.
Well, with the heat in Orlando, I don't think that's going to happen, though.
Oh, certainly.
The weather must be feels like high 90s, right?
Yeah.
Or mid-90s.
It's sitting in the upper 80s, but feels like in the 90s, of course. With the humidity that's always present in Florida.
And with the running and everything, put it in the high 100s.
Yeah. Given that this is an international broadcast, 29 degrees Celsius.
10 years ago, I used to understand that. Now you say 29 degrees, and I'm like, what? I'm kidding.
Lucy able to play this back to her keeper. Avoid some trouble. And practically both playing soccer and swimming at the same time.
This is going to be the hardest part for Orlando Pride. Angel City has only conceded 14 goals. It's not easy to score against them.
Very stingy.
Yes.
Patience will be a virtue for certain. but patience paired with aggression. Ball popped up into the air, trying to be brought down by Abello. Here's a window of opportunity, but it closed off rather quickly.
Abello can do it all, right?
Yeah, she already demonstrated a couple of moments of prowess. It's funny that you talk about 90 minutes playing here in Orlando, because Seb Hines, we discussed the press with him this week, and he said that pressing for 90 minutes in Orlando is not easy.
No.
So we have to be more selective about when we attack the opposition, when to press at the right moments, because you can't just go guns blazing for 90 minutes when, like we've talked about, you're playing in 29 degrees Celsius.
At the end of the game is the things of the game, the advantage that you can take from whether you're in the cold weather or in a hot weather. But also with this high pressure, they're going to try to get Angel City tired as fast as they can. So they're going to be able to start making mistakes, and Orlando's going to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
You know, like pacing yourself through the rhythm of the game. Nobody can stand up 90 minutes of high pressure in a game with this weather. It's impossible.
Certainly Orlando more accustomed to it than LA is, though.
But still, you know, many of the girls are not from Orlando.
True.
So you also have to get adjust of that weather. So it's always a win or lose, you know.
Yeah. It's always a fine line you got to tread.
But it's a good advantage to take.
Certainly.
In my personal opinion, I like it. I think the weather has to be taken in consideration. We've seen it, of course, every time, everywhere.
No aspect of the game will be left unturned. On the Angel City side of things, when it comes to keys, as it were, Frank, who mentioned that we want to keep compactness between the lines, practice some patience, and take the transition chances when they come. So don't get too frazzled when the window isn't open, but also don't be scared to take it if it's there.
And try to get a little bit closer into scoring goals. It's also not a good statistic. They're right now second to score less games. You know, score less goals. They've only scored 12 goals so far. And when you're talking about going into week 14,
yeah,
it's 1 goal per game or less, 0.70 something. You know what I mean? So goals need to start coming for Angel City.
Certainly be missing the presence of Sydney LaRue, who hasn't scored yet this season for Angel City, but you know that she's a capable goal scorer, veteran player.
That's why they need her.
After the injury of Kristen Press, they needed to bring in another veteran player who just has that goal scoring edge, but they may be relying on players who have less experience in it, but could develop it as the season wears on. Of course, Savannah McCaskill, not a striker through and through, but is perfectly capable of bagging some goals. Just want to go all the way back out to Kylie Strom.
After what you said about what the coach said, I'm not quite sure right now if it was the idea of no, but Orlando has the ball and the whole idea of the game, and they're proposing whatever they want to be being done right now. How long would they be able to keep that?
Like you said earlier, keeping the ball is the best form of defense.
Yes.
Well, happy to have her back, Angel City. That's Tyler Lucy on the ball. Missed that OL Reign game due to suspension. She's been a fixture at that right back spot as that take from McCaskill pings into the air and falls into the hands of Erin McLeod. McLeod, the sole Iron Woman on this Orlando side this season, has played every minute. No keeper controversy.
1,170 minutes. She's done it all.
The ups and downs of the season, she's been a part of all of it. But currently riding a 4-game unbeaten streak, so...
Which is always good to have, 2 wins, 2 draws. I'm sorry,
3 draws.
3 draws,
yeah.
1 win. Yeah. You don't want to know where I came with that. It was another game. I think soccer-wise, this is going to be the best year ever.
Here come Orlando moving forward. Endo tracking back and getting her foot on that ball, disrupting the motions of the attack for Orlando. That brief stint of possession, should Orlando be able to keep it here? I'll have to hold that thought because Angel City winning it back immediately. Couple of returning players outside of Sydney Leroux on this Angel City side, including a couple of these starting players. Got Danny Weatherholt, along with Ali Riley, players who have played for Orlando City, or Orlando Pride, pardon me.
A lot of games.
Exactly, a lot of games. Here's Endo to Taylor, tapping it back to June Endo, but sliding in once again is McLeod.
McLeod being really precise, taking that ball, not allowing any chance, any mistakes. Angel City, of course, trying to find those opportunities left over there, to do something. Still not one shot on target for Angel City today.
3 points paramount for Orlando and Angel City, and that's all that's being discussed with Orlando. I tried to push the narrative to Seb Hines that, hey, you got a bunch of former players coming and playing you guys, and he said it's the NWSL. It's a small industry. Just about every game you've got former players playing you. So for us, it's just about getting 3 points, especially here at home. Ball bounced all the way down the pitch to the feet of McLeod. Scouting out this Orlando side, Freya Kuhn mentioned that in these past few weeks, they've become compact, a lot tighter than they were at the beginning of the season. She also pointed out that they've been less direct out of the back and keep more of the possession. She did say that they're going to rely on some of the energy as Jenkins nearly got to that one. They're going to rely on the energy of some of these former Orlando Pride players to come in with something to prove. Here's McCaskill. Galloping into the middle of the pitch. Good threaded ball through. Flag does go up. That was Carice Lebion who caught the ball at the top.
It's tough, but you know what? This is what you were saying about what the coach said. Having the ball in that last step that you have to take, control the ball a little bit more, try to generate a different type of play, playing to the side, finding another team player. She did the shot. Of course, it was offline though, but it's a good idea of trying to find opportunities just like this one. Balls in the middle.
And if you can get that timing down, then you have to worry less about the offside flag.
Yes.
The thought is a good one. Cheech will take her precious time. No need to rush anything.
Pacing. The weather, you see?
Yeah.
Almost 20-minute mark now.
That's a wonderful ball over to Lucy. Acres of space. Lucy takes it herself. And ultimately, that stayed in play. Curling all the way across. Now McCaskill dashing inside. Her ball only finds an Orlando Pride defender.
There were too many Orlando Pride defenders in that play. It was a little bit complicated. I think Lucy could have used like another type of ball over there, maybe trying to find a header, but nobody was over there next to her to see the position and the space that she had.
She's freed up nicely but then the options, none the best. Now Jenkins lifts that one forward, looking to find a bellow, but instead just connects with Didi Hadjic.
There were 2 consecutive, and that's the most of getting closer to the attacking third that we've seen for Angel City so far. So far, so good.
Yeah. Mentioned earlier, a lot of games happening right now. Kansas City knocking off the top of the table San Diego Wave earlier, 2-1. Of course, we've also got Houston and OL Reign, along with Chicago and Gotham. So a lot of table movement occurring here on this Sunday. These are 2 teams right around that playoff line. And with each game comes less opportunities to climb up the table. No more waiting around hoping for a good run late season. This is late season. Get a whistle from our head official, Matthew Thompson. Be a free kick for Angel City.
This is the end of the season, and not only that, they're not that far away from the idea, from the position they want to be, They know a few, 2, 3, 4 good wins, and you could be able to make it into the playoffs.
Look at the table, for the most part, just about anyone's game still.
Yeah.
No one's really out of it entirely. Of course, some teams have tougher roads than others, but like you said, if you could string together 3 to 4 wins, then your spot, your position is wildly different. As this ball rolls inside, ends up only finding Kerry Lawrence. Bit of a physical check there. Brett says play on. Numbers are up for both sides. First chance to really see Angel City try and break down Orlando City when they've been established. Orlando Pride, once again. Angel City, Orlando Pride. Done there to get that ball deflected off of Lucy for a goal kick. Some fans are like getting into it. Looking to...
Can we get in the party mood too?
Yeah, exactly.
That stadium invites you to party.
They're looking to make it a place to party. Just got their first home win of the season. Well, I say just. It was the last time they played here, but it's been 30 days since they played here.
And this is the 7th game at home. So time is also running out. There were 3 draws and 2 losses at home.
They got to defend the house. Here's McCaskill. Swings this one inside. It connected with the head, but couldn't get squared onto goal.
It was a great opportunity for sure. And the position for the header wasn't the best one. And the resource she had was only that. She couldn't change the direction for sure of the ball.
Orlando talked about how they're 4 games unbeaten. Talked to Seb Hines, who we're getting a look at right now. And we talked to him about what has changed since they've gotten on this unbeaten streak. And he said, well, that Portland match changed everything, getting just absolutely run out of town 6-0. He said, we had that game, then we had a break. They all came back fresh, intense, and the attention to detail had just changed. It was different. But he did say, although we're 4 games unbeaten, we still have left points on the table, so improvement is still needed. He felt they could have won some more of those draws that they have acquired recently.
There are 6 points there.
Yeah.
Add those 6 points, And they would be in higher position for sure.
Yeah, I mean, that's the difference between making and
Yeah,
missing
they
the
would
playoffs.
be 20 points now.
Caro.
And with 20 points, they could be 5th or 4th.
Jenkins does well to win the ball back. And will draw the foul there. The whistle a little bit delayed, but it seemed like it was impending given the contact.
For sure was a... now that I see it, I doubt it a little.
Doherty Howard tried the shot, gets the deflection. Nearly 25 minutes into this game, and we've got a corner kick.
Yeah, finally the first corner kick of the game, and a good play also for Orlando. Doherty Howard with that shot, deflection. Ends up clearing that danger opportunity for Orlando.
Let's see from the set piece if the Pride can conjure something up nice here. They'll play it short. Ultimately, nothing will come of it. Always unfortunate when you try something from the training ground on a set piece and you don't even get to attempt to execute it fully. Timrak swings that ball inside, down to Doherty Howard. Couldn't get a clean touch on it.
Nobody else to get to that ball. Talking about the corners, I'm not a big fan. I think that when you have the opportunity to get a set piece, go directly for what you want. But hey, if they practice that during training and they're sure they can like do and create danger occasions, do it. But I'm not a fan personally.
It's definitely a divisive topic.
Yeah, I like the balls to go into the penalty box and headers and you know, like.
How many opportunities do you get to just serve a ball in like that?
Yep.
Here's a service inside, but too close to the goal line.
And Didi with no problem staying with the ball. She's also one of the players that have played all the games for Angel City.
Now she's in rare company because only 2 teams in the league actually have 2 players that have played every single minute, and Angel City is one of those 2 teams with Didi Hadachich as well as Megan Reed having played every minute of each game. Just spent rocks there at the back. Good to have a nice center back goalkeeper pairing you can continually count on.
And that's why they've only conceded 14 goals.
Timrak. Over to the left side. Strom cuts inside. Slipping pass into the middle, trying to find Timrak, ends up getting cleared out. Maybe a moment of frustration from Hadachich. Thought she could get there before the defender could clear it, but ultimately better safe than sorry.
That was perfect, and that is something that you practice a lot. Strom, with the perfect pass. Impossible. She tried to get there, but she just couldn't find the other step for Timrak to try to connect that ball.
Nielsen providing the clearance. Doherty Howard. Can't quite win the corner kick. Sputtered about, but it still falls to the lap of Kylie Strum. She veers about. Bello over in the corner, getting escorted away from goal by Lucy. Not going to let her take an inch. Listro play it all the way back to Lawrence. Good stretch of possession here for Orlando. And as I say that, of course, Angel City wins the ball back. That's just the power I possess as a commentator. Here's a look at that chance from earlier. Lucy just doing so well to guard out at Bello and give her nowhere to go.
And Bello being perfect in what she intended. And it was like getting her to get the ball out so she can get the opportunity to go out with a throw-in.
At least salvage something from the moment.
That is one of the reasons that I love, Personally, I enjoy how they keep and control the ball to finally get that opportunity.
Who's touched there from Le'Veon? They haven't had to handle the press too much today, going up against OL Reign, a team that's so effective at pressing. Angel City learned a lot about how they can handle the press. Freya Kuhn mentioned that, the Reign's press is very good, but if you break it, there's going to be a ton of space behind it. She said that a lot of teams in the league like to press, commit numbers forward, so you can learn how to break it. It can be applicable in many games. This may be one of the matches where it's less applicable than others because of Orlando as they go on the attack. Strom into the middle. That looked like it went off a hand. Ref says play on. Still going. A shot tried to get put on. Jenkins shouldering off the ball. Endo's there to help. It'll be cleared out by Reed.
Are we going to see it again?
We have to wait for a play to stop.
Yeah, I know. But everybody raised their hands. And they were really close.
It looked like from here that she definitely swatted the ball down, whether it be intentionally or not. But ultimately, no harm came of it for Angel City. So
Matt Thompson didn't see it.
Can't see them all. That's fair.
No, you can't.
As we talked about earlier, Orlando, one of the less vigorous pressing teams as of late. So how you're going to break them down may be a little bit different because you're not going to get as many counterattack chances. As you can see on our camera lens here, looks like there is a bit of precipitation coming through.
Uh-oh. Is it only rain or something else?
Don't say that. Don't say that. You gotta keep quiet.
Don't bring the storms, right?
Yeah. A little rain doesn't hurt anybody.
But the other one does.
Yeah, the other one,
oh my
that's
God.
a little bit worse.
After what happened, yes. It keeps happening, of course.
Yeah, it's just that part of the year. The nice thing about Florida is sometimes the weather can just come through in 15 minutes and then be over with.
I know. But when you do see a big storm, like, I always just stop.
Yeah.
I don't risk it.
Well handled. Corta was galloping forward. Now Abello. Pass it to Timrak. That's the extra effort to keep it in play. Interesting topic of conversation for this Orlando side, especially up top with their attack, is this is a pretty young group on the attack, especially after Sydney Leroux was sent over to Angel City. I talked to Seb Hines about leadership, about who's really stepping up as far as the strikers are concerned, who's getting vocal, who's taking charge since Sid is no longer around. And he said, well, really, everyone has stepped up. It's been an opportunity for Darian, Erica, Maggie, Carrie, and others who have all started working harder for each other. And then he also acknowledged that it's also the line of players behind them and just the communication that's needed in order for everything to go smoothly. Erica Timrak, one of the players, mentioned. And he said that we've had that. They've brought in the work, and in essence, if you each chip in a little bit, then you can cover up the hole that was left behind.
And actually, that's exactly what has kept them, in that position, with Jenkins scoring 2 goals, Timrak scoring 2. I'm sorry, Timrak hasn't scored. She has given assistance. Listro, Doherty Howard. That is the line of players that you want to keep your goals fairly, if you don't have one defender, forward that scores all the goals, you at least need to have many players that can score goals.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
One by one, you can still get a lot. But I was saying before that Angel City have only scored a few. Orlando only 2 more than.
Yeah.
So basically, this is 2 teams that don't score much goals. Though Orlando is not in the best situation defensively as Angel City is.
As you can see, the rain has really come pouring down now, just in the matter of moments. Which could mean 2 things. It could mean either you're going to get a lot of offensive opportunities from defenders slipping up in the rain, or it just means that we're not going to get anything. So you got to knock on wood and hope that the opportunities come flying for these 2 sides, given their track record this season.
This stadium is perfect, like in that situation. Of course, the field is perfect. The ball is going to be able to roll a little bit more. But then we'll have to see.
Will they
if
take
we can
advantage
keep
of
playing, of course. Ooh.
a hefty challenge? It will be a corner kick. Allie Riley coming in and getting the job done. Her and Darian Jenkins working one-on-one. Yeah, that's fair game.
Yeah. And she even knew it. She just stand up and keep playing.
Didn't even
Second
feel the
corner.
need to defend herself.
No.
This time Abella will take the corner kick. This one more straightforward. Bouncing in. Now here's Endo. Still going with it. Has a player. Can't get the pass off. Instead, deflects it off of Carrie Lawrence. And that earning the applause of the fans here, making sure the counterattack was snuffed out. It's also nice to see that the fans sticking around despite a little bit of rain.
Yeah, as you could see, a lot of them already had the ponchos and everything. They knew maybe that it was gonna be a little bit of rain, but also with this weather, I think it's like sent from God, right?
Yeah. Thank goodness.
Keeps you a little bit refreshed. I went to Orlando 10 days, and oh my God. No.
Maybe begging for the rain just minutes after being out there.
For us, it rained a little bit, and I'm gonna get wet. You know, it was so hot and humid, literally.
So far, scoreless between the 2 sides, and I would say that Orlando have held the bulk of chances in this one. A couple of breakaway opportunities for Angel City, but the home side definitely been dictating the pace of this one thus far.
And I think the last play that we saw, the one of the counter, you can see the idea, and we can clearly say it's easy to counter, but when you're rushing at that speed and knowing that you have in your back a few defenders are going to be trying to pressure you, you end up getting closer to attacking third, but not being able to find any other player to generate a clear opportunity.
Her mind's going at 100 miles per hour.
Yeah, Endo tried. She tried, but it's a fast-paced counter.
Yeah. Sure, nice. Everything is safe here to go on as Seb Hines gets a chance to give some energized words to the women on the pitch. Looks like we're all good to keep on going.
Maybe that's what she was asking, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Because of what Matt Thompson said, it felt like it was, no, it's still raining a little bit.
Who knows? Some of these players are so expressive with their hands. That goes across everybody in the sport. Good to see Mary Taylor is doing all right, though, and looks like she's just going to take the moment to get waves back on.
And we always assuming, right?
Yeah. All we can do is hope.
Yeah, of course.
So the players will meander their way back onto the pitch. About 10 more minutes of the first half to go. For Angel City, since coming back from the international break, Freya Kum has mentioned that the key focus has been to stick to their identity. She mentioned that we've got some new players coming in. Others have been gone for international duty, so they haven't actually had this mesh of players yet. So they've sort of had to go back to the basics and reestablish everything that they're founded upon for this season, what their goals are game by game. Here's Abello again. A couple of chances early on in this affair. Abello rolls it in. Let's get tapped out. Lebion getting pressured into her own corner. One back by Orlando. Timrak. Via Corta. Got a piece of that one, but not enough to diffuse the passes. This ball swings in, falls to Timrak. Timrak brings it down, but then lobs it over. Right up against the Black Swans banner.
It was a great ball. I think it was looking for Jenkins, of course. Then Timrak took advantage of that ball, but didn't let the ball fall. She just does it in the first touch after controlling with the chest, and it goes far above the goal.
Now Angel City trying to free up some space, but Orlando has already got a lot of numbers back. Quick to reset and reestablish. McCaskill with the long ball. It's headed away. Second chance. Shot on goal! It's a ripping effort, and it's Angel City up top.
What can we say about this goal? First of all, surprise. I wasn't even expecting a shot on. Even her, she's like, what just happened? That was perfection. I never even thought she was going to go directly for the goal. I thought she was going to put like a ball.
Hallie Riley.
Yes, it's like, wow, what a goal.
A fearsome take from Hallie Riley, the captain. Not too familiar with scoring goals throughout her NWSL career. Now she's got 2 this season.
Yeah, and McLeod, she couldn't even understand what just happened. It was so fast, and it was like this is the mistakes that Orlando didn't have to make, you know what I mean? Whenever Angel City got close, they were like losing that final touch. Here she was like, I'm just going to go directly to goal and try to surprise, and she got it. She did it.
Confidently taken strike gives Angel City the lead, despite, one would say, against most of the run of play in this one. But it just takes one chance. The opportunity fell to her feet, and Hallie Riley did the most with it.
One shot on target and one goal. And those were the mistakes that have caused so far to Orlando Pride to have received 28 goals. They were perfect until then.
Now we'll have to see if they can find a response before halftime comes around. Free kick for the Orlando Pride. Service, swings in. Cleared away by McCaskill. Another chance to throw it in. And we'll get a throw in. Slow to get up there is Hallie Riley. Definitely is going to change the tone of that locker room speech for Orlando.
No, and the best thing that can happen right now is just to go to halftime so they can regroup and get new instructions for second half and try to get another goal and see what they can do, and if they can secure 3 points at home, which is now harder than it was before.
Cloud will serve this one back up the pitch. Juggled down nicely by Doherty Howard. Strom. Service inside, nodded away by Lucy. with a heavy touch, and it's won back by Orlando. Bello. We could use another shot here before the half ends, just to give them something to hang their hat on before going into the break. Here's some space freed open. Jenkins cuts inside, swings it. It's headed away once again. Not enough air under that ball. Fans continuing to keep the energy, though, trying to propel their side. Also worth noting that the theme for tonight's game is Y2K. So they're encouraged to wear their favorite 2000s fashion trends, and apparently a Britney Spears impersonator is there making rounds around the stadium.
That's my decade.
There you go. I'm hearing word that we're going to get 2 minutes of stoppage time. Apparently there's going to be a special halftime karaoke show, so still something to look forward to for the fans who stuck it out in the rain.
Yeah, of course. Let me tell you, this stadium is just the best time ever. Every time you go, it's no disappointment. It's Orlando vibe at its best.
There you go. The city beautiful.
Yes, always. Ooh.
A little bit of physicality there from Taylor.
She just takes it on, not even complain, you see? That's one of the things that I love about players that do it like that.
Just have that toughness.
Yes, toughness. That is a word that I was missing.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth official has indicated that there will be a minimum of 2 minutes of added time.
There it is, 2 minutes of added time. Angel City, despite having to withstand a lot of the pressure in this one, sitting up top thanks to a rocket from Ali Riley. Maybe one of the least likely players on the pitch you would expect to let one like that fly, but
yeah.
Hey, she's proved that she's got that in her toolkit.
And at the end, I said keeping the ball is the best defense that you can have, but then if you don't score goals, what's the point of just having the ball and not getting closer to that attacking third and finalize those opportunities and be more direct to go on goal? So
gotta make your possession meaningful.
yes. Ends to a mean.
Exactly.
Or means to an end. I never know which one it is. Means to the end, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You got it. As this half is winding to an end. Once again, thank you for tuning in here on Twitch. Been an interesting one thus far. Both teams dead set on getting 3 points here. And Angel City currently sitting on them as we speak, would put them at 20 points on the year as that playoff race intensifies week by week. By the time we come out of the halftime break, it'll be the only game on here today. 4 matches in the NWSL. Looks like Houston has taken the lead over the OL Reign. Chicago Red Stars up 2-0 over Gotham. Just 4 minutes to go. And there's our halftime whistle from Matthew Thompson. 1-0 your scoreline, and it's the captain who is the difference in this one. Ali Riley firing a shot. Top right corner. That'll do it here for our first half coverage here on Twitch TV. We're going to step aside, but don't worry. We'll be back for the second half of action here. Been a good one thus far. Hope you've been enjoying it as much as we have. So as we step aside, we'll catch you on the other side. So keep your tab open, your app open, whatever you're watching on. We'll see you when the second half resumes. Welcome back for the second half here on Twitch TV. Just one substitution between these two sides. Simone Charlie coming in for Mary Taylor. Mary Taylor did go down for a moment in the first half. They checked up on her. She was able to play off until the halftime whistle. Now, whether it's a tactical change or a health precaution change, that remains to be seen. Welcome to have you back. Mark Schoenster alongside me, Carmen Boquin. Orlando Pride controlled first half, but it's Angel City, thanks to Ali Riley's excellent shot, that gives the visiting side the lead here. Let's see if they can hold on to this lead, grab 3 points, or if the home side will fire back here in the second half and muster up a response.
Yeah, and Ali Riley having only that shot on target for Angel City, not taking any risk, scoring a perfect goal for me so far. And 45 minutes underway right now to see what's going to change, what happened in that dressing room, and how Orlando Pride are going to react about going into this second half with that lead for Angel City.
And we're underway here. The whistle from Matthew Thompson. Let's see what these two teams have in store for us here in the second 45. Junendo just able to draw that foul at the last moment. Cutting through some tight pressure from two Orlando players. Did have some rain as Charlie makes her way down the pitch. Simone Charlie, oh, she loses the ball. A prime opportunity slipping through her grasp.
Those are the moments where you're like, what just happened? She was in the full intention. I think she slips a little bit and the ball stays behind. And there's... Nope. Actually, it was not being able to control it the right way. That's everything that happened. But she's just coming in the game. She's more fresh, and of course she has more legs right now to be able to put up with this next 45 minutes, also considering the weather when we have the first corner.
Angel City getting their first corner of this half and of this game. Le'Veon out wide. Chips it to Endo. But getting there before Endo is Aaron McLeod. As I was about to say, we did get some rain in the first half and maybe provide a little bit of slippage there. Didn't get her feet quite right.
That could be it.
But we can play the conjecture game. The fact of the matter is it didn't work out the way that Charlie was looking for it to happen. But a quick opportunity for Angel City to test Aaron McLeod out the gates and look to double their advantage. That would really put the home side in a bad spot. They can breathe a sigh for now. Work still needs to be done. I think both teams can agree on that one. There's Recaro. Little Lucy. That pass just off the mark. Now Orlando make the run forward. Another player showing some slippage there. Kylie Strum. Gotta get your feet back underneath you coming out of the locker room. That loose ball will give possession back to Orlando. We're sitting in the upper 80s earlier in the game. Of course, we've had some rain come through, so now we're below 80 degrees. And nice enough, the humidity not as much a factor anymore. Pretty much feels like the temperature it is. Talked about in the first half, you thank Mother Nature for the rain.
And I think they thank for it too.
As this ball swings inside, headed down. How did that not go in? Darian Jenkins, the goal right in front of her. Somehow this one did not go in.
Alberto doing it all. Great ball. And then it's the header with the forehead. And I think the direction in which the ball touches her forehead, it just makes it like rebound and go up straight to the hair. It was not the best position for her to try to a header. It was a resource she had, but she didn't do it good. Even she could tell by the look of her face. That was a goal.
Look. Yeah, I mean,
That was
that's
a goal,
moment.
yeah. You don't miss ones like that. And if you do, you're going to regret it the whole game.
And that changes the entire image of the game. You get a goal early in the second half. Now you can start thinking about trying to get that second goal to take the win.
But Abello, amazing with that pass.
We saw flashes in the opening moments of the first half as well from her.
Yeah.
The offside flag going to deny Thelia there. So Orlando looking to throw some punches at this Los Angeles back line. Darian Jenkins. I think that you're going to want to try and get her another opportunity to make things right. Of course, being one of those strikers, you hope that she gets another opportunity to make the necessary play, whether it be the finish or providing the assistance. We've got 6 former Orlando Pride players on this Angel City roster. Jasmine Spencer getting subbed on, or check that was Simone Charlie, but Jasmine Spencer sitting on the bench could get subbed on. Claire Emsley, another one of those options. And then, of course, Danny Weatherholt and Allie Riley starting. Allie Riley scoring against her former team. Brittany Eisenhower as well, the backup goalkeeper. And then Sydney LaRue, who tops off that arrangement of 6 players, of course, unable to play today, out with an illness. Unfortunate for her, it would have been her first chance to not only play the Orlando Pride with Angel City, but play back here at Exploria Stadium. But that'll have to wait for another day. She'll be happy her team's up 1-0 right now, though. When these two teams played earlier in the season, it was a 1-0 result. Here's Jenkins. There is a squadron of defenders there to handle her.
They now have to play in a way that they can defend that goal, you know. Of course, you're always going to try to look for opportunities, create plays where you can score another one. But if you can still find the way to keep it secure, and that's the thing that they have done. They haven't received that much goals. So that's something that Angel City knows how to do perfectly.
Masters of the 1-0. Been a moment of hesitation there. Lost the ball for a moment, but Timrak will collect it for Orlando after the ball popped out. Delia inside. Timrak with some space to work with. Timrak into the middle. Players crashing by. And it looks like Hadicic is down along with, I believe that's Lucy.
Yeah.
There were a lot of bodies flying towards goal, and not all of them were up on their feet.
It was a really fast play, and Timrak was perfect with that ball. Almost trying to get there, but then couldn't see perfectly who's the one that jumps on top of.
It's definitely Lucy who crashes into Hadicic.
Yes. But then the other player from Orlando, I couldn't tell who she was. Of course, it's part of the play.
The massive players
Yeah.
all trying to get to that ball, whether to finish it or deny it.
But since the head could have been in the middle of the moment of the collision, they have to really inspect and make sure that everything's fine, right?
Certainly.
Uh-oh.
And talking about Brittany Eisenhower, getting warmed up over there to make sure she's ready to go. Just talked about her a moment ago. Used to be a part of the Orlando Pride organization. Nope, not going to happen. Back onto the bench she goes. So Didi Hadicic talked about her Iron Woman status. She'll maintain it.
Both of the goalkeepers in this game are one of the players that have played all the minutes with their teams. In the list of 8 players.
As the season wears on, it just takes collecting a knock in training or maybe a bad day in the office for you to not find yourself starting. But Hadicic and McLeod have both been consistent in that regard. Megan Reed, of course, also in that category. Orlando returning back to that form they were in the first half, holding a lot of possession in the attacking half. Allie Riley does well to win it back for Angel City, though. It's only a temporary possession, though. Loose ball there from Timrak. Doesn't find Villacorta. Now Charlie making the run. She was jostling there. We may see a booking. She's asking for a card. Toni Presley.
And she did get it.
She'll go into the books. That's her 3rd yellow card of the season. So going into today, really not on yellow card watch, but now with 3, she'll have to start minding that. It's 5 yellow cards. That brings you to a suspension, which is why one of her options at center back in Megan Montefusco is not available today.
It was both with the push and with the feet. She didn't even complain about it. She was quite sure what she just did. But you're 1-1, so it's either you do that or you let her get closer and leave it to your goalkeeper.
A professional foul.
Yeah, I would have done it.
A Carmen Bokeen approved foul.
I was not a soccer player, by the way. I was really bad in sports. That's
Well,
why I talk about them.
That's what I say. That's why we're behind the mic and they're out there playing.
Yeah.
McCaskill with the service. Now Lucy puts it back inside, headed straight up into the air. And still waffling about. Now McCaskill. Just missed her target there. Megan Reed coming all the way up the pitch to help out on the attack. Here's a look at that foul again. Definitely was an intense battle between the two. Carter Riley still remains the difference maker in this one with her shot near the end of the first half.
Another one for Timrak?
It appears so. Matthew Thompson.
That means they're heated, you know. I'm guessing what happened in the dressing room, in the locker room, wasn't that good, you know, after the way they have come out to the field back again.
Definitely a bit of chippiness here.
Yep.
I do believe we've got a substitution on the docket. Of course, this is being a free kick. Can't sub in here. An opponent free kick. Orlando. Over to Jenkins. Darian Jenkins will hold it. Finds Timrak. That loose touch will end up being her demise. Riley Riley. Getting the job done.
Ladies and gentlemen,
McLeod.
has been issued to Orlando runner number 15, Erica Timrak, in the 59th minute.
Here they come again. Jenkins wasn't in stride yet to catch that ball. Up and down the pitch once again. As we're reaching the 2/3 mark on this game. Just 30 seconds shy of the 60-minute. All the other games today have concluded, so if you're hopping on after the end of Chicago, Gotham, or Houston OL Reign, welcome along here on Twitch TV. Orlando, for most of this game, have had the possession, have been knocking it around in the attacking half, and every now and then making their test into the penalty area. But it's Allie Riley with her second goal of the season. An excellent take from her after the ball popped out to her. And we're going to get that substitution here. Mentioned Darian Jenkins earlier. We're hoping perhaps she could get a chance to redeem herself, but she will come off. Julie Doyle will come in her stead. Get some fresh legs. Doyle scoring her first professional goal last time out against Kansas City. And Seb Hines will provide some words of encouragement to Jenkins as she gets subbed off. Timrak. Lovely ball inside, just quite doesn't connect to Abello. It will be a corner kick. And it meant to pass, yeah.
Were they asking for a hand also? Who reached?
Let's take a look.
Yeah, it's Timrak with the ball.
That looked like a hand off the waist.
Yeah, it seems so, but yeah.
Hand was nearby.
Opportunity from corner kick.
Service is low. Oh, tangling up collision there. That was nasty. Thelia and Tyler Lucy. A twisting collision.
It's the second one for losing the game.
Yeah.
Actually, it was
Lucy initiating the contact.
yes.
Oh, but
She was
Celia's
trying to-
leg came up.
Yeah, but she was trying to go to the ball. But how can you not put your leg up if you're falling? Like, you know, that part of the rules, I get it. You
Yeah.
don't have to do it, but you're falling. What are you gonna do? Like, stick your legs together and fall
Yeah.
like a dummy? You know, like
Yeah.
when you have you seen those dummies where you like, I don't know, when
I'm
you
not
train?
sure.
It's like when you train boxing.
Oh, yeah,
That
yeah.
they're like, do they call them dummies? Yeah, right.
I mean, yeah, I guess you could call them dummies.
Okay.
I'm trying to.
Translate me, please.
I
don't-
can't think of another word for it at
like
this moment.
those
so.
little plastic dummies, you know.
Yeah, I think dummies would just be the word you'd use.
Yeah.
Boxing dummies.
And they're like, whenever they fall to the sides, their legs are just like this because they're like stuck
They just
together.
bend around.
Yeah, but you can't do that like as humans, you know. You have to split your legs.
Yeah. I can't say I'm up to date on the boxing vernacular,
Oh.
so we'll go with the basic words. Boxing dummy. Doherty Howard holding up play. Damrock trying to slip it through Endo. Back to Doherty Howard. We touched base a little bit on this unbeaten streak that Orlando is on. 4 games unbeaten. It's in jeopardy right now. Doyle sends the ball inside. Timrak gets ahead on it. McCaskill wins back. Doyle with the shot, and she scores! A moment of opportunity presents itself. And the Orlando Pride level it.
That was exactly the pressure they had been putting since the game started in this second half trying to create that little moment where a big mistake was made, and you know, the constancy of trying going and going and going finally give the big prize, which is the goal that we're gonna see again. It's a perfect corner kick. Timrick the hand, the ball, and not losing it until you try to go to that last touch. And she stole it in the best way possible. She just came in fresh and she scored.
Well, that's just a beautiful example. Seb Hines talked to us about Julie Doyle this week, and he said she never stops moving.
No.
And there it is. You may think the play is over then. McCaskill gets the ball back and is looking to distribute it out. But Doyle never gave up on the play. Seb Hines said, does a lot of unselfish runs to free up space for others. And was able to get her first professional goal last time out. Now can make it 2 games in a row. And both these teams looking for consistent goal scorers. If you can get a young player like Julie Doyle running and going and feeling confident, it's a promising sign. And now the way this game looks changes entirely because Orlando have dictated the pace for the most part. And Angel City, in one moment, were able to be efficient, capitalize, and take the lead. But now Angel City need to find some of a groove going forward in order to ensure that they don't lose this one. As it's going to start to click for Orlando. Timrak takes the hit. It gets folded. The boos rain on.
Because now they need another player on the field. It's the fans, you know?
Yeah.
To make it even better for them to feel that excitement and that momentum and try to find the second goal and see if they can net another win at home.
They're on the front foot now. Can Angel City get some more of those deadly counterattacks? Endo. Here's a lot of space for McCaskill. But that space didn't last very long. We'll see if Angel City also dips into their bench again. Claire Emsley was questionable for this game, but she's been a potent option since she's come onto the team. And I'm hearing 2 substitutions are starting to get warmed up for LA, so speak and I shall receive. Lucy once again getting tangled up in some heavy contact. Now she's free to run with it. See what Freya Coombe does.
She endures it all.
Talk about tough players.
Yes.
Bad step there from Villacorta. And ends up punishing for it. Here's Endo. Dangerous on this wing. June Endo sends the cross inside. Aaron McLeod jumping on that one. Won't let it get anywhere near Simone Charlie.
And not only on the field, things are getting a little bit more heated now with the being tied 1-1. Of course, more emotions going into the last minutes of the game to try and see if any, because it could possibly go anywhere right now. Ends up with the win, but I think the fans in the stadium are really a big part always of a win, you know, when you have their support.
Abello has done well throughout this game, but Lucy does well to fend her off. You can tell Lucy's ailing. She's struggling to get up, or at least it's taking a little bit longer. It's been rough sledding in this one. Not for quality of play, but just from the contact she's been taking. Here's a slipping ball through. Julie Doyle trying to get to it first. Megan Reed shields her off in time for Hadicic.
Doyle came out of the bench like with an extra battery. You know?
Yeah.
Of course, she was just getting in the game, but also you can tell the difference. I'm hoping Orlando Pride makes a few changes too, because it could definitely, not that they need them, but definitely would spice the team. up for sure.
Angel City here in this physical game. They've got another game coming up here soon, not in league play. They've got a friendly with Tigres on Wednesday. It's a home and home series friendly. This year and next year, as that opportunity is tapped away. It's an excellent chance to play another club. As this ball chipped into the middle, headed outward. Angel City trying to get something against the wall. So 2 substitutions readying themselves for Angel City, including former Orlando Pride player Jasmine Spencer. Of course, Jasmine Spencer's been around the block a little bit. An experienced member of the NWSL as a whole. So I was talking about friendly with Tigres coming up on Wednesday, back at the bank. So they're going to have to recover quickly as Endo, over on the left wing, she slips up. Ball comes back to her. Another service from Endo. A little bit too far, but Charlie can come with it. Takes a couple of steps, lays it back. Recaro. Guarded away. Couple deflections being cheered on by the fans. Now Lucy sends the service inside. Headed down, saved! Quick reactions from Aaron McLeod.
That was a perfect header by Charlie Simone, but it was better McLeod, definitely. She was in the right spot at the right time and was able to secure that ball and not allow the second goal. It was a great header. How far up she jumped. You see?
Pops up to bring that one down. A floating ball from Lucy. It will be a corner kick. Endo with the service. Bounces down. Recaro can shoot, and Recaro will score! The visitors retake the lead! Carrie Recaro, her second goal of the season.
Was she going to be subbed right now?
Yeah, she was about to get subbed out.
Is she not being subbed? I hope so. That is a message being sent, like, me? She's like, me? Really? I just scored. Let me stay for a little bit longer. She's still being subbed. It's a great corner. The ball is just there. It goes directly to her feet. She even, like, takes a second to be able to control it. And then with that left leg. She's staying? Yeah. Of course.
Live television, people.
Yes.
She's going to stay on.
Of course, she deserved. She was like, me? I just scored what could be the winning goal for a new win away? No. She deserves it, I guess.
Lilina
She
Bet
does,
will have
yes.
to wait.
Yes.
The other substitution will come on. Jasmine Spencer in for Clarice Lebion. Carrie Recaro and Ali Riley, the 2 goal scorers, not the places you would expect them to come from for Angel City, but lo and behold. And now Angel City will look to hang on to this one, claim 3 points. Both these teams were non-negotiable about it. They wanted 3. They weren't going to settle for a draw. Right now, a draw maybe look like the best case scenario for Orlando. Still loads of time. Let's see if they can find a response here. Strum gets it back. Back killing it around. got 2 substitutions readying themselves for Orlando. They won't come in yet. Strum. Gets it to Abello. Abello looked to send that one inside. Came off of Lucy. Here's another service. Coming down! That nearly went in on its own.
It would be the second one denied by like the chance of luck.
Now on the breakaway, here's Charlie. 2-on-2 here. McCaskill, her partner. Charlie slips before she shoots. That slippage has been a factor today.
A few of them I would have called them as penalty kicks, but I'm not the referee. I'm not complaining. Matt Thompson have done a really good job aside from that. But you could have easily called that a penalty.
I don't know. I'm not sure if there was contact
Not this
there.
one, but the one of the hand.
Oh, the handball.
Yeah. It seemed like the
potentially.
one over here and like the between the elbow and the shoulder.
It's always so tough to call those too.
And even more nowadays that nobody knows what a handball is. 10 years ago you knew perfectly. Now there's so many
It's
rules.
a philosophical
Yeah,
decision.
interpretational, you know what I mean?
There's Recaro, the goal scorer. We got another collision here. Doherty Howard quickly getting up. And Maggie Doherty Howard gonna get her 3rd yellow card of the season.
And this is the 3rd yellow card in the game for Orlando.
Now these 2 substitutions will go underway. Courtney Peterson coming in for Thelia, and Michaela Clough in for Jordan Listro. Clough, a more attacking-minded midfielder. Gotta get more juice out there to find a leveling goal. I want to point out well, we're getting a correction here. Maggie Doherty Howard didn't actually get the yellow. It's Carrie Recaro who did, getting her 1st of the season. And talking about Carrie Recaro,
You score and you get a yellow card.
yeah, well, the funny thing is she scored last weekend versus the OL Reign.
And
She's been in the NWSL for 6 years, and that was her 1st ever NWSL goal. And now she's got a goal in 2 games.
That must be that must be static for her, you know, scoring twice consecutive, allowing that to be important points. Last game, of course, it wasn't, but this one could potentially be so far.
Yeah. Like I was saying, Allie Riley and Carrie Recaro, the goal scorers for Angel City today. Unlikely heroes on the goal scoring end. Of course, capable players in their individual roles, but goal scoring has not typically been their cup of tea.
No, and continuing what we were talking a while ago, when you don't have a potential player that would only score the goals and all the capacity of the goals would come to that person, you can still have a lot of players that goal or score a few. And those unseen heroes today have done it so far.
Well, that was a look on her less graceful highlight of the day. The yellow card she got moments ago. That one gets chested down. Abello! It's wide.
I don't know, but Abello deserves a goal today. Like, certainly she's tried, she's created the opportunities, being able to go and get the ball just like she did right now. A little bit more of taking advantage of any mistakes. She just wasn't the look. She looked like a perfect 9 in there. She was the perfect forward.
Perfect in the setup, but the finish not quite on the dot.
Yep.
And now Savannah McCaskill, slow to get up here, ailing a little bit.
What is your take on that?
On the shot?
On you know.
Oh, well. I mean, you never
You
know for
understood
certain.
what I said.
You never know for certain.
Hey, if I'm in the World Cup winning last 10 minutes, I'll lose time.
No shame.
No shame.
It's part of the game. That's how it goes. But also, there's
how
also
it's been played forever.
there's also a chance that she actually suffered a bump and was, trying to feel better. I like to give the benefit of the doubt.
You're right. I'm not saying that she was faking it anyway.
No.
Please don't.
Sometimes you can also get hurt and then you take your precious time about it.
If you see one, it's okay. But then when you see 4 players, it's losing time. Many players have already said through history, yeah, we did it. We do it. How wouldn't you?
Some rude words to describe that. The more PG one is gamesmanship.
I don't want to know the other PGs.
I'm sure you've heard it before.
No, I don't think so. You'll tell me later. You at home, guess it.
If you're Orlando, you're 100% against it. If you're with Angel City, though,
Of
you're
course,
shrugging
that is
it
true.
off.
Yeah.
There's Megan Reed. Looking to hold things off for these next 10 minutes for Angel City. Looking to get 3 big points on the road. First matchup here at Exploria Stadium between these two sides. Collision there will win the free kick for Orlando. So we've got 2 more players warming up for Angel City, including Lily Nabet, who was supposed to come in for Carrie Recaro prior to her go-ahead goal. We'll see if Nabet ends up actually taking her spot this time, or if they've decided to award Recaro with a whole 90-minute game.
3 and 2 changes respectively.
There is Recaro, holding things up nicely.
Can she get a brace?
Endo. That one slips by. Doherty Howard, the pass, Lucy steps on it. This is what Angel City wants, to slow this game down, bring it to a dulling end. They've got the lead. It's just a matter of hanging on to it now. They still being chanted here in Orlando. The fans are going to propel their side to a couple more moments, a couple more chances. One of the players who could provide that spark is right there, Erica Timrak. Riley, with a thud, wins the ball back for Angel City. One back. Here's Orlando. Kylie Strum with the ball going forward. Now Maggie Doherty Howard. Slipping ball through. Here's Doyle. Doyle loses it with her touch. And Didi Hadicic crashes in on it.
For sure, it hasn't been a matter of not trying. Definitely, Orlando Pride has created those opportunities, find spaces through the sides in the middle. But at the end, that last final movement hasn't been there so far.
The moment they did score was Julie Doyle jumping on a moment of opportunity and then blasting it home. So we got a couple of substitutions on the docket. We'll wait for them to be executed and waved on. There it is. There they come. All the subs coming in. So Lily Nabet held off for a moment. She will come in for Carrie Recaro now. One of the goal scorers is out. And then as you saw there on the board, Allie Riley also making her way off the pitch, the other goal scorer for Angel City. And then Allison Swaby making her debut this season for Angel City. Coming over from Roma. Played there for 4 years. So a chance for her to come on and make her debut. And then over on the Orlando side, Thais Hayes will come in for Maggie Doherty Howard.
Also for Angel City.
So the 2 goal scorers for Angel City will make their way to the bench, get the chance to dap up with their coaches and teammates. Nice to see Swaby here. Get to play internationally with Jamaica before making her debut with Angel City. She'll look to help this back line shore up and hold on for the next 5 or so minutes.
Leaving the game, number 28, Maggie Doherty-Howard. She is replaced by number 30, Thais Hayes.
See there, Doherty-Howard going to walk all the way around the perimeter of the pitch to get over to the bench. Spencer pokes that one out for an Orlando throw. If you're just tuning in to see the end of this one, this was a game that, for the most part, was possession-oriented by Orlando. And they're looking to find a response goal here. Ball tapped back out. Peterson. Challenge from behind. Actually, that was Clough, who fell victim there from June Endo. Prime free kick spot here for the Pride.
And there was like, no, nothing happened, but yes, something happened. And here, he doesn't doubt it. Thompson goes directly to this important opportunity. A free kick gives you the right 5 minutes before the end of the second half to go 2-2.
Moment to at least get a point here. I know both sides gunning for 3 points, but 1 point's better than zero.
Well, he already said it, right?
Hayes, along with, it's like Carriabello, who are behind the ball. Whistle blows. Let's see which of them takes it. Hayes tries to slip it through. Take two. Scuffles about. Orlando still with possession. Another ball lifted over top. Just too far. The offside flag went up anyway, though, so wouldn't have counted.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I think she knew already before.
As I was saying, though, earlier, a game where Orlando, for the most part, have had the meaningful possession, although it's been cut down to only 51% now, as Angel City has been looking to see this one out. But for a lot of the game, Orlando's had it in the attacking half and has been poking and prodding. But then before the first half ended, Allie Riley lifting a wonderful shot to give Angel City the lead. And here's Julie Doyle. Had the leveling goal earlier, squares it into the middle. Couldn't find Abello. Another big moment. But a moment not meant to be for the Pride.
That Doyle and Abello connection has been perfect throughout the game. Only missing the big ribbon, on top of the big present, which is the goal. And this one was one of the best chances so far. Just one step farther had Abello to be. Yeah, one step.
Here's another service inside. Just cleared away in time. It's going to be a corner kick. Julie Doyle looking for a brace here. But more importantly, trying to find a tying goal. And going down is Paige Nielsen. Just got her foot in there in time for it to not reach Doyle on the cross. And intended to. Looks like it's Megan Reed giving her some help. Of course, has a background in emergency response. If there was anybody in the NWSL that you want to take care of you when you're hurt, I think Megan Reed would be the first person in my book. crazy to think about in this game. The expected goals is Orlando 1.5 to Angel City's just 0.5. And then you look at the scoreline and you can almost flip the scores as you would anticipate, with that being the expected goals displayed. Here's the service. Ball comes down, headed away. Back into the mixer, only for Lucy to clear it. Nearing 6 minutes of stoppage time. That's plenty of time. Here's an opportunity. Clough gets it knocked away by Charlie. I love that gesture from McCaskill. Tells the whole story. Abello sends it in again! There's a leveling goal. Abello with the service. It looked like it clipped off a defender. It's a 2-2 game.
Either way, it's a goal. Either way, they end up tying this game, which has been a completely effort up against the hill every second throughout the game, and Abello deserved it. Villacorta was perfect over there with the pass.
Excellently laid off by Hayes.
Yes, everything. Is it deflected? Yes.
Looks like it's Nielsen.
But I think it still goes on shot, so it should be her goal.
Yeah, you have a point there.
Deflected or not, it's going directly on the goal, which is, you see, even though it touches her, it should be her goal, not an own goal. But
we'll see what the statisticians decide after the game.
Yeah.
But one way or another, Carrie Abello has been fantastic in this game. How about that?
Do we have time for one more?
Oh, certainly. There's 5 more minutes. Still time for one of these teams to claim 3 points. And once again, Angel City, whom are looking to see this one out defensively, now have to switch up the gears again. Endo. A loose touch. Gets the ball back for Villacorta and the Orlando Pride. And Doyle set free. She's out wide, though. Julie Doyle hesitating. She wins a corner kick. Buckle up, folks. We still got 4 more minutes of this one, and a set piece to boot.
This is the chance for the winning goal.
You heard it here first, folks. Service is a little low. Dribbles down, tapped away. I think they're going to call another corner kick. That's what the call should be. Of course, you have
just to make
players
sure.
pleading for both of their sides. The service a little bit higher and headed away. This one sliced out, looking to get to Abello wide. Spencer boots it in the air. Caskell gets it back to Villacorta. Hayes getting tugged on. Out wide to Doyle. Julie Doyle squares it inside. It's still in the fray. Maybe a bit of a dive there, or not. Ref says it was a foul.
Yeah, that was the winning part, because teamwork was by herself alone, and she even asked Doyle for the ball. That could have been a great position, but anywho, this fall could be a great opportunity also. It was back there.
Jasmine Spencer giving a mouthful to Matthew Thompson.
It was a little in the back.
She may have hit her, but the fall definitely was added to embellish it. Needless to say, though, another nice free kick spot. Orlando just leveled this one. Tim Reck shoots! Oh, man. That looked good. Had the pace, had the height, but didn't have the width necessary. It is all Orlando here in added time. A little bit frantic defensively for Angel City. Here they come again. The shot goes off the back of the head. Timrak. Still with it. Taps it out wide to Abello. Service comes in. The follow through from Timrak. And Nielsen will clear it. And that ball popped up aimlessly. And Angel City right now need to be clinging on to this point, because Orlando is throwing everything they can at them. One more minute. She's going to take as much time as possible. She knows the situation. Spencer taken to ground. Half a minute left. Can Angel City conjure up something before the whistle? McCaskill out wide to Lucy. Lucy into the middle. Endo with the shot straight down the gut. There was a moment there.
Ladies and gentlemen, Orlando Pride, yellow card to number 16, Michaela Clough, and added time.
And that will do it here. You can breathe now, folks. That one was a bit wild. 2-2 your final score between the Orlando Pride and Angel City. What a game.
It was such a great final part of the game because either team knew that they had to score a goal. At the end, we did got 2 late goals, but not enough to give any team the win. But I get it. For Orlando, after what they did, losing 2 points at home must not feel the best. But for Angel City, getting 1 point, it was great.
Both teams are sitting below the playoff line as it stands. 18 points for Angel City, 15 for the Orlando Pride. So they'll sit right where they left off when the game started and before the date started. But that will do it for us here for our entire broadcasting crew. Carmen Boking, I'm Mark Schoenster saying thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on Twitch TV.